Hey guys, welcome back to Be Adventures. I'm back in Australia. I hope you enjoyed Philippines Season 2. If you haven't, go watch it. But the timing of this video is very, very important. So we're going to be talking about a really, really important topic. It's going to be post-travel depression. Now, guys, I wanted to release this video straight after the Philippines Season 2 video just because I felt it was so important and it's something you should all know, especially if you're interested in traveling or you already have been traveling and you might be suffering from post-travel depression. Now, basically, stick around. If you watch until the end, there's going to be some important announcements. And if there's time, I'll try and share some funny stories about the Philippines as well. So basically what happened was I've been back in Australia for a few months now. And I was really sick with the cough and flu, so you would have seen that in the last few episodes. And that was okay. I went to the doctor, got checked out, got my blood tested, everything. And I was worried I had malaria because I was just so sick. It was like a super flu, I was just ridiculously sick for a month. The doctor said, look, it's okay, it's fine, you took antibiotics, just recover naturally and you will heal naturally, it just takes time. So that's pretty much the sickest I've been ever. I was extremely sick. So I recovered from the flu and I had a stomach problems as well and a chest cough, so I was really, really sick. All that was fine, so I got better physically, but something much more serious impacted me. And I didn't understand what was happening to me. I was just lethargic. I didn't want to do anything. I couldn't work. I was unproductive. I didn't want to talk to people. I didn't want to go out. I didn't want to do anything. And I didn't quite understand what was happening to me. I was like, I couldn't work it out. Like I know I don't feel myself, and how come I don't want to work, and how come I don't want to talk to people, and so I knew something very strange was going on. I couldn't identify it because, I was suffering from post-travel depression. So it was actually my Filipino friends who identified it. They hadn't seen me for a while because I was sick and I'd just gotten back, and then they got in touch and was like, how was your trip, and are you okay? And we caught up and they knew straight away. They said, look, something's wrong. You're not happy. You're not yourself. What's going on? Are you okay? And they helped get me back on my feet. They were a huge help. Really, the Filipino friends, thank you so much. It really made that bigger difference. And also themselves, they're real Filipinos. They're real Pinay. And what I mean by that is they're not westernized. They haven't grown up in Australia. They are from Philippines and moved to Australia. So they knew also the transition of you go and adapt to a country and then you have to move again and then you have to change. So I adapted to Philippines and then had to come back to Australia and readapt to Australia. So basically, as I said, it's post-travel depression. It's also known as post-vacation blues or post-holiday blues or post-Philippines depression. I got that from Style, my friend Seth and Lynn over at Style, very cool people. But yeah, it's serious. It's for real, guys. It's no joke. And for starters, it's normal. A lot of people, they'll treat physical health much more seriously. So if you cut your hand, you cut your hand, quick, put disinfectant and put a band-aid and go to hospital. Or you break your leg, I hope you get well, you broke your leg. But when we talk about mental health, people don't often take it very seriously. Or they just don't understand. They don't have the training or the experience, so they freak out. And even worse, if you're suffering from mental health issues, you myself, is there something, is that really bad? You become self-conscious, or you're worried about telling people. So it is normal. Okay, it's just as normal as when you have a physical injury or physical health issues. So we're going to be talking about mental health today, guys. But I guess to help understand, I'll explain it a little more. It's like when you get homesickness. You might be traveling or you might just be away for a little bit and you get homesick. You miss your family, you miss your friends, or you miss your bed or your actual house. The opposite can also apply. You can get far sickness, meaning you miss the places you traveled or you miss the places you went to. So that's actually what Wanderlust means. It comes from the word far sickness in German. Wanderlust, or wander, to wander and lust for it. So yeah, there is such a thing as far sickness. So you can get homesickness, you can also get far sickness. And it happens a lot when you have unique experiences, especially if you have amazing, great experiences. It's like going to another world. So from what I understood, so I've done a lot of research on this now, obviously trying to understand it for myself and trying to get better. Quite often, the longer your trip lasts, the more intense the post-travel depression can be. So, there's no set way. You could be traveling 1 week and get it. You could be traveling 3 weeks and get it. You could be traveling 1 year and get it. It can happen to anyone at any time. And I guess it's like, especially if you haven't traveled, it's like if you're into Star Wars, Star Trek, these science fiction movies and series, it's like going to another world. So when I went to the Philippines, and still, that's why I love Philippines so much, it's like going to another world. And yet they speak another language, and the people look different, and they have different culture and customs, and it's very exciting, very interesting. So just like anywhere, you go to another country, wow, it's another world. And then you come back to your world, so here I'm in Australia, and it's totally different again, and then you got to readapt and readjust. It's very similar to post-traumatic stress disorder that can often happen during a traumatic event. So it happens for both. It might happen during a great positive event, but you can also get depression or stress from a very traumatic event. So it could be things like tiredness, loss of appetite, strong nostalgia, and severe depression. Yeah, so it's serious, guys. It's very, very serious. And it doesn't matter how long, like I said, how long or short your trip is, it does not discriminate. Okay, it can affect anyone, As I said, just like physical health, anyone can break their leg, anyone can get depression as well, okay? And it should be treated just as serious. So there's no certain way to deal with it. There's no set time frame. You'll have to just recover when you're ready. So the first thing is identifying it, being able to admit that you might be suffering from it. That's okay. As I said, it's normal. Even just look at it like just another health condition. And just like any other health condition, you got to heal and you got to get better. Again, talking about mental health, some people just won't understand. Some people will freak out. They go, oh, well, that's too much for me. That's weird or whatever. So that's why I keep saying it's normal. Don't be afraid to tell people or to talk to someone, especially, your close friends and family. And don't be afraid to get professional help. Okay? It's a bit like a movie. Like that's why I was referring to Star Trek and Star Wars, something you might be able to relate to. It's like if I've seen this movie and like, oh wow, I saw this movie and it was so cool, and people are like, well, we haven't seen that movie, so we don't understand. Like, why is it so cool, and why are you so excited, or why do you miss it? It's a bit like that. So you've just seen this great movie, change your life, and it's absolutely changed your life, and no one understands. So now that we kind of have covered it and we've touched on it, I'm going to try and give you some tips to help overcome it. Use what works for you. Give them all a try. I'm still trying them all. I'm finding them all effective, but it's tough. You just have to heal naturally, okay, when you're ready. So tip number 1, share your experience. It will not always be positive going home, guys. And some people, like I said, just will not understand. And believe it or not, some people will be mean to you. Some people might be jealous or envious. They might be mean to you. They might hate on you, attack you. Don't deal with them, okay? You don't need those people because they're going to make it worse. And in general, those are not nice people, okay? Talk to someone, as I said, especially a mental health professional. They are trained to deal with this. If you're not getting the right help, find another one. If you're not getting the right connection or whatever, find another one, okay? Don't be afraid to get help. If you talk to even your local doctor, they'll know what to do or who to refer you to, okay? Again, just like your physical health, you have to heal. Take that time to heal and get the right help. Try to focus your energy on being positive and thankful when you're home. I mean, my goodness, I've talked about this before. Drinking water is a huge issue in Southeast Asia. So when I get home, I kiss the taps in my house. I'm like, oh, thank God I have clean drinking water. I don't have to buy bottled water. I can just drink it straight from the tap. Just things like that, really simple things. I know it sounds funny, the toilets, I look at the toilets here in Australia, we have beautiful toilets. Our sanitary standards are very high. I went to some places, man, it was like a dead body in there. I was like, oh, this CR, in Philippines. Oh, this CR comfort room. No. Anyway, moving on, guys. But the point is, try to focus your energy on being positive and grateful and thankful for the good things at home. Share your trip and experience, obviously, with your friends and family, your close ones, your loved ones. Great tip. You know, put all your photos and everything, put it on your laptop or your computer, hook it up to your TV on the big screen, or if you have a projector or whatever, and do a slideshow. So do a little catch-up night with your friends and say, hey, come over, we're gonna just watch some like photos and videos of the trip. And then, like I said, you just hit the slideshow button. So it's very easy, and it just keeps playing the whole album of photos, and you can watch them all on the TV and share it with your friends and family and laugh and talk about it and all that sort of stuff. And then, of course, you have your social media, the Facebooks, the Twitters, the blogs, and all that sort of business. So, all right. So number one was share your experience, okay? And of course, don't be afraid to get help. Number two, learning a new skill. So that one was really helpful for me. I just found that extremely helpful. It could be anything from, hey, I need to learn how to ride a motorbike, or boxercise, or learning another language, or reading a book, a new book. Nothing wrong with ebooks and digital books, but it even forces you to get away from the computer. You're getting sucked into virtual reality because it's not real, you're just on a computer on the internet, and go back to an old-fashioned book. I know it sounds funny, but it is very effective, and it's something I like to do when I have time. So again, I do a lot of reading on the computer, but getting away from the computer and just, you know, learning whatever that book has to teach you. For me, it definitely was a training course. So some friends invited me to a training course where you read a book, it's a training book, and then you discuss the chapter and you answer questions on the chapter. And most of the time, especially the first few weeks, I was just zoning out. I wasn't paying attention. I just was like, what? Did we just read that chapter? What are we talking about? You know, I was constantly zoning out. That will still happen. But it forced me to readapt. It forced me to adjust. Okay, I'm participating. I have to talk to these people. I've got to read this book. I've got to answer the questions. So one, you know, it was a history type training course. So one, I'm learning some great information for myself in this training course. But two, I'm now socializing and engaging other people, and it's forcing me to use my mind. It's focusing me to focus on this book and to, you know, have purpose. Okay, so number two was learning a new skill. Number three, take care of yourself and exercise regularly and eat healthy. Okay, so number three is exercising and eating healthy. I know that sounds obvious, guys, and I know it sounds boring, but it's so important because, again, you're depressed, you don't want to do anything, you know, you don't want to talk to anyone. You've got to get outside and get some fresh air or keep moving. So it's two things. It's one, physically taking care of your health, but two, mentally, you've got to keep moving forward. So something as simple as going for a walk. You don't have to be exerted, just go for a walk around your block, or if you have a treadmill or whatever you like to do, go to a gym, even better. And you keep them positive, you're moving forward. Literally, it was so hard for me, one step at a time, lifting my legs up. I got to keep going, I got to keep moving. I don't know where, I don't know why, I just got to keep moving, you know. And then you start to feel better. You're getting exercise, and then your blood's flowing, you're getting some fresh air. It's a huge help. Also, in general, I like to eat healthy, so I cook a lot at home. That's a huge one there. And, you know, try to keep a balanced diet, you know, proteins, carbs, you know, vegetables, fruit, and all that sort of business. But try to keep a balanced diet, make sure you're eating lots of fruit and vegetables. Again, if you're eating junk food, you're going to get more depressed. Just because there's so much highly saturated fat and preservatives, you're getting more and more depressed, and you don't want to talk, and then you're putting on weight, and it just gets worse. You see, it snowballs. So again, take care of your health. As simple as going for walks, and just eating fresh and healthy, okay? And that'll also save you some money if you can cook at home and eat fresh and healthy. Okay, number four, you can get back into your work routines. So again, try to stay productive, go to work, try to set up like, I've got to be there on time, you know, I've got to get this work done, and hopefully that can motivate you a bit. But if it doesn't, well, you're still being productive. You're still working, you're still making an income. You know, you can save up for your next travel fund, you know, for your next trip. Or you can pay off your debts, pay off the bills, pay off the last trip. You know, I pay for all my own trips, by the way. I'll do a dedicated video on that, but I pay for all my own trips so far. I'm not sponsored or anything. And I travel when I can afford it. So, but just to give you an example, if you'd borrowed a bunch of money, your parents and your credit cards and all this business, get back into a work routine, pay it off. Okay, number five. Have things to look forward to. So I kind of already talked about that. But get into scheduling. Get a diary if you don't already have one, or you can use a digital one, or use your phone. You know, there's all these apps and whatever, even just a calendar, the digital calendar on your phone or your computer. get in the scheduling, incorporate activities and things to look forward to. So it could be, I know it sounds funny, but you know, you put into your calendar on your phone, I did this, catching up with my friends on Friday night. Do I really want to go? I don't want to go now. Oh, I'm feeling depressed. But, you know, Bling is giving me the reminders. Oh, okay, yeah. So even my phone's telling me, hey, you've got to go catch up with these friends. So it's forcing me again to get out of the house, go do things, go meet people, go socialize. Again, of course, it could be work commitments, meetings, whatever commitments you have, gym, hobbies, dancing, you know. But again, just have things to look forward to. It could be simple. Okay, just make sure there's things you can look forward to. Okay. Oh, that's a good one. TV series as well. There's certain favorite TV series. I'm like, okay, I've got to get some work done, and I've got my favorite TV series on this day and that day. So if I get my work done, I can watch it. Yeah. As opposed to just not doing anything. You know, it's motivating me to go do something, and then I have a reward at the end. Okay. You also got number 6, staycations. Also mini local vacations. Okay. So yeah, I'm here in Australia. Well, I can take a mini local vacation, go somewhere, or you know, even just a day off for myself. A day off for myself to do something that I enjoy, be it hiking or whatever, writing or making videos. Something like that. Obviously, I'm talking about staycations. So yeah, it might be like, for example, I'm in Australia. We have really nice coasts. It might be a coast trip to some beach or something like that. So again, whatever is available in your city. Maybe you had no idea. Maybe your own local city had some great things you didn't know about. Go on the internet, shop around or look around, ask people, read books, whatever. Even, I know it sounds funny, even look at tourist websites and tourist information centers for your city. Okay, there's probably a lot of things you can do. Number 7. So finally, number 7. Setting new goals. Okay. Again, it's kind of supporting the other things I've said, but it could be new career aspirations. It could be health goals, quitting smoking, losing weight, things like that. Plan your next adventure, It could be the next, like I said, local trip or international trip, but set new goals. So as I said, for me, I was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to do this training course. And I got out and got me busy doing something. For my career, so already for my career, I'm setting new career goals and things I want to do with work and so forth. And of course, already getting ready for some new travel goals and, we'll see. So trying to plan some new trips, we'll see what's going on. Okay, so I hope you found that helpful, guys. As I said, it's normal. Don't be afraid to talk about it. Talk to the right people. Talk to health professionals whenever possible. Mental health professionals or doctors and medical professionals. Okay, but it is real, it is serious. It might even just be sort of depression in general. Maybe this video might help you. I hope it does. Whether it's travel depression or just your own personal depression from something you've suffered. So this may help your friends, your family, if you want to share it. If you think someone's feeling a bit blue, a bit down, you're worried about them, maybe even just sending them a link to this video might help as well. Okay. So thank you so much for watching this far, guys. Stay tuned. I've got more coming. Okay. So I'll be back in a sec.